we're just going to share our own personal testimony of what happened to us, our own physical testimony. So I went along really, when I saw the presentation, I thought, hey, look, I'd be silly not to try this. If this is a quarter as good as they're saying it is, or half as good as what they're saying it is, I'd be mad not to try this, because I like supplements. I've been taking supplements most of my life. I like to be physical and healthy and fit. But one of the things that had happened, I played a lot of rugby when I was younger. At a very young age, I played with adults and played senior rugby when I was still at school. So my body took a fair pounding. I've had a hip replacement because I had a broken hip playing rugby. I've had 2 shoulder reconstructions. I've had my nose repaired a couple of times, and plus various other injuries. But I redid my shoulder recently, and I know what it's like going through shoulder surgery and the time it takes to recover. And I thought, I don't really want to do that. I had another tear in the rotator cuff. 2.5 years I've been battling with that. I've been seeing every physiotherapist, osteopath, chiropractor I could to try and fix it. I even had stem cell replacement therapy, and that cost $7,500. Didn't work. Well, lasted for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then it went back to the pain again. I was seeing a physiotherapist twice a week, an osteopath once a month. That's costing $450, and it referred down to my elbow. I had inflammation in my elbow. I couldn't straighten my elbow, and I was in a lot of pain, wasn't I?
A lot.
And so I'm trying to push through in the gym. I know I'm hurting, and I'm going, it's not good because it's probably not helping. But just 3.5 weeks after wearing this patch, and I wasn't expecting this, it completely blindsided me. I was in the gym. I thought, there's no pain, or very little pain. And so I thought, because I couldn't even lift my arm up, let alone do a lateral raise, I thought, I wonder if I could do a lateral raise. Maybe that's pushing it. So I tried 1 kg and a 2 kg and a 3 kg. I thought, wow, this is fantastic. I came running in and told Andrea, actually. I said, I can't believe it. I was probably about 80% right, but over the next probably 3 or 4 months, or 2 or 3 months actually, it's completely healed. So I can have a full-on workout, do whatever I need to do with my shoulder. The only thing's changed is wearing this.
Well, my story is slightly different because I didn't batter and bruise my body when I was younger, like some people here. So, and I'm the skeptical one in the family. So when I wasn't with Chris when he had this presentation. So I was actually climbing a mountain at the time. But when I came back down, and then Chris said, look, we're going to try this. And I went, well, there's not too much the matter with me. So I'm not really expecting much. But I thought, well, I'm going to give it a go anyway. So, but the biggest thing I noticed was the menopause. So the brain fog, the hot flushes, and just the sleep. That was a big thing for me. So I was never going to go on HRT because I've got a family history of cancer. So it's just like, well, I thought, oh, it's okay. I'll just carry on through it. It's, I should be fine. It's not that bad. And I didn't actually realize how bad it was until all of a sudden the brain fog lifted, started sleeping better at night. And, because normally you wake up, you throw the covers off because you're so hot, and then you put them back on. And then I'll be waking up early, and then just take me hours to get back to sleep. And even now I will still wake up occasionally at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I may be awake for an hour, but when I wake up later, the energy was a huge thing for me as well. So I'm not as tired. I can go through the whole day. Even on a Friday night now, when we're watching a movie, I actually stay awake. So
Awesome.
which I would quite often fall asleep, as I'm sure a lot of women can relate to that. So after a busy week. So yeah.
And look, we've got our 94-year-old dad on this. And he was sort of getting to the point, he was sitting on his couch. He said, oh, Christopher, I've got no energy. I don't feel like getting up, going for a walk. And so we got him on the patches. And so literally within a week, his energy had started coming back. He's walking now around about a 0.5 K to 1 K a day. He's doing 50 freestanding squats a day. So the change it's done to our 94-year-old dad has been phenomenal.